Y'all, welcome to the Catch-Up Roundtable. We're here in Houston, Texas at Rosalie and Maine with our live audience. I hope y'all looking good and feeling better. Ever since the quarantine, we've been down, man. We haven't done much. We haven't been able to shoot. So I'm just happy that we're back in a space with healthy people. You're healthy. Good. I stayed healthy.
For sure.
How you feeling? What you been doing?
I feel amazing. Of course, I have my management and marketing firm, so I've been working with clients. I've been doing different things in regards to marketing. How about yourself?
I mean, I've been working. I work a 9 to 5. I do this. I do get up, get out, get active. It's a lot going on, and I feel like on a day to day, I'm spinning in circles. I don't know if you felt like that. Like you wake up and it's nighttime, and then it's time to do it all over again. So.
Nah, I mean, at the same time, it's like you work with a lot of clients, but you have to just prioritize like what you do and how you go about it. So, nah, I mean, I've been really just honing into my craft and just working on what I need to in order to get things accomplished.
So you've been productive during quarantine?
Extremely.
So we're gonna cheers to that. Shout out to Martell. Definitely. Because they got this cognac that's putting hair on my chest. and that's something I didn't do during quarantine, is shave.
Make sure y'all get that ketchup drink while y'all here. Make sure y'all get that ketchup drink.
Did you shave during quarantine or no?
I shave every week.
Shave what? You shave?
I shave a lot every
Your
week.
Face?
I shave a lot every week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, so on top of getting your clients, so you joined me on the Catch-Up Roundtable back in March, right?
Right.
And I think we thought about this show as I thought about this show as a place for us to like really express opinions about current events, lifestyle, entertainment, all the things that are relevant to everybody today, right? So you coming on the show, what did you think? Did you ever envision being a show host or like what?
To be honest, I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm more of a realist, so I just like being like upfront, straightforward. I just thought maybe I can provide some type of perspective that would be more organic when it's dealing with real people. Okay. And when I say real people, I mean like real instances, real situations, and I can provide like an on-spot perspective about anything that's going on with things that deals with our type of people.
Right.
You know
okay.
what I mean? Without really going too deep into that, like our type of people, I mean from where we come from what we do, and that type of background. So I thought that would be my perspective.
So when you talk about where you come from, so when we shot the promo video, and you and I just met like February. And I was like, a little bit before that, but maybe Jan, Feb, sometime around then. Okay, so you said you were bringing like this really street perspective. Right. So where in the streets are you from?
So I'm from Chicago.
Chi-Town. Anybody else from Chicago? No.
They don't feel.
Y'all know about that shot. Okay, you from the Midwest? Okay, Midwest in the building. I'm from the Midwest too, though.
Where about?
I mean, we can call it Flint or Detroit. I mean, whichever one you want to put it.
Well, but which one did you stay in?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Yeah, okay. Both. I was born in Flint. I lived in Detroit as an adult, so it goes both ways.
Gotcha.
But I understand that Midwest gritty.
So it's real. You have to pinpoint where when you're from Chicago because.
Where in Chicago are you from?
I'm from the west side of Chicago.
The west side of Chicago.
So it's a difference. If you're from the west side, south side, north side, it means something depending on where you're from.
Okay.
Where I'm from. So
the fact that neither one of us are from Houston, that's one of the hardest things I found about living in Houston and trying to really break into the industry. Is like Houston already got their circle set, right? Houston, you got your same people running all the things. And I'll admit it's even a struggle to get people to be engaged with the show. And that's the honest part about trying to do something that nobody else is doing or put yourself in a position to be rejected. It's like, you gonna take the heat from another city? That's what Chicago doing?
I think it's a grind no matter what you do though. Like if you go somewhere else, like they don't always accept you, but you have to grind until they do accept you. Right. So I just feel like that's where we are at this point. Like a lot of people accept what we do because they support us, being that they understand who you are and they're supporters of you and your brand. But at the same time, it's like a lot of people that don't know you and your brand, they won't get attached to you until you build up a certain, level of credentials.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, that's the place that we're at right now. Like certain people, they'll get attached once they see it moving.
Yeah. I will say I have a lot of great friends here in Houston, Texas. I gotta give a shout out I gotta give a shout out to all of my favorite people who show up every time. Like Houston is home to me now.
Right.
So I'm trying to just, make my own lane. And I think that's what's most important about moving to a new place is like, you gotta be willing to take rejection and you gotta be willing to keep going. And you gotta be willing to keep putting yourself in people's face and being like, this is who I am, this is what I do, and at some point they'll respect it if you do it the right way.
So what made you want to do a podcast as a whole? What made you want to just start, like, you know what, let me do a podcast and put myself out there on this level? Like, how did you come up with that?
Honestly, you know what, the queen of entanglement, y'all know who that is? The queen of entanglement. Jada, okay, so Jada dropped Red Table Talk a couple years ago.
Right.
And when I saw Jada doing Red Table Talk, I was like, the concept is so simple, but the meaning behind the show is so powerful that it's something that I kind of want to do, but not necessarily in the form of trying to get people to heal. It's a lot of healing and Zen and meditation on that show. So I just really wanted to create a space where it's like real people talking about real shit all the time, and you have real reactions from other people who have opinions, because I put myself in these social circumstances where we have these same conversations sitting around my table, right? So I was like, okay, why not just make it something that people can watch, people can engage with, people want to see after we shoot it. And so that was my whole idea behind the Catch-Up Roundtable.
Okay, that makes sense. I like that. No, I never knew that, so I'm glad we're shooting this and we're getting this, honest feedback.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I never knew that. So we're getting that,
interesting.
Live. So,
but no, Black Wall Street though, I will have to give a very special shout out to Black Wall Street, because Black Wall Street in Houston is a different type of beast. So Frank, wherever he is, he really got the game sold up. Like, he's really putting on, like, he's seeing people with dreams and visions, and I know eventually this is gonna become a much larger platform.
Sure.
But I think what he's doing is really trying to make sure that he gives people who he believes in a voice and the opportunity to have a platform to do so.
Sure.
So I think that's where Black Wall Street came into play, and really wanted to produce the Catch-Up Roundtable, and I'm extremely grateful for that.
Shout out Black Wall Street. Yeah, my time. Shout out Black Wall Street. All right, so real quick, I want to know, how did Martell get involved? Like, how do we, get Martell involved? Can you get a little background on that?
Martell saw vision. Martell saw the vision, and they saw the opportunity. And I know that this thing is gonna grow. So whoever comes on board to be sponsors, I want somebody to sponsor my clothes. Like,
so what are you wearing today?
Today I'm wearing a shirt by Allie.
Okay. Come on, Allie. One time for Allie. What's the social media?
If I had to say my social, am I in it? No. Keep getting up.
Hey, world. So wait. Let me give y'all a little intro though. Allie dresses me for a lot of different events. She lives in Dallas, Texas. She's from Jersey. But Allie is like my stylist. This is my guru. Like, anytime I'm like, Allie, pull up with a couple options for me, she like, okay, girl, I got you. And we in there. So
what's the social media? How can they find you?
My social media is miss.ms.allieb. So if y'all want some, fits,
how do you spell
holler
Allie?
at me.
How do you spell
ALLIE.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if y'all need fits,
She in it.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
Appreciate We appreciate you, Allie B.
Thank you, Allie. Yeah, Miss Allie B.
Well,
so yeah, that's who hooked it up for me. But what you be wearing?
So I'm all situational.
Okay.
I got a little paisley and gray.
Okay, the paisley.
Yeah, I got a little paisley.
Yeah.
Little paisley. It's just some minor. I got.
So where do you get your fashion sense from?
So it depends. I have a few situations. Like, I have a few people who do custom pieces, and then I have a few people that work, at different places. So I get different pieces.
You don't want to shout nobody out. You don't want to give. You one of them people that like to keep all of your favorite stuff secret.
Nah. So
somebody asks you where you got it, and you like, oh, I don't remember. Knowing you go there every week.
If y'all reach out to me on social media, I can give y'all all of mine.
You stingy with the intel.
Different pieces come from different places. However, like today, I'm really dressed from Men's Warehouse, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So one of my stylists work at Men's Warehouse. So I pull up to Men's Warehouse, she'll style me.
Oh, she?
Yeah,
okay.
She'll style me and get me together. And today is all Men's Warehouse.
So let me ask you, do you feel like men or women have a better fashion sense for men?
for me, I feel like women have a better fashion sense.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's more like when men dress you, it's more like, you know what I'm saying? Like when
they trying to make you
dress
look real macho.
Yeah, like I don't want you.
But
I don't
you
wanna,
macho.
But see, that's the thing. Like, I don't
You don't
want to
look
off,
that way.
I want to come off as more like the color. You see the colors that I'm wearing?
It's soft, yeah.
Yeah, like I want
Very
to be soft. Like I don't want a woman to look at me and be like, he too aggressive. Like I want to be soft. Like I want to come across like. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about. Okay, so do you want to look aggressive, or what if you really look not aggressive but you are aggressive? Baby blue ain't gonna tone it down.
Depending on where you're going, like it's a situational. You know what I mean? If I'm going to a business meeting where I have to deal with a lot of men and I have to be aggressive,
you wearing red.
Then I want to look aggressive.
Okay.
But if I'm going to a situation, I'm going on a date and I'm being with a female, with a woman, I want to look a little soft. You know what I'm saying? So depending on where you're going or who you're dealing with, like you don't want to come across too aggressive. So I want to, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I want to be a little soft tonight.
Shrug your shoulders
I want to be a little soft tonight, you know?
I see you, Mr. Marvin. So let's talk about that word soft though that you used in terminology, because I feel like this is something very important, especially for young boys.
Okay.
The concept of being or looking soft. What is that? What does that look like? Because, and I'll give you an example, because who was it? Somebody the other day posted, like, I wish we would just love our sons and show them that we love them, tell them we love them, it's okay to cry. But like guys have this whole complex that they need to be hard. That's why you said you need to wear red to a man meeting and be like, I'm gonna eat all of y'all for dinner.
I don't wear red.
Okay, well you wear dark blue or whatever the color is. But the concept of looking and being soft, like where does that fall on a scale for guys and what's the cutoff?
So I have a 9-year-old son, just to kind of put that in perspective.
Okay.
And I tell him every like 2 seconds I love him. You know what I'm saying? Like just so he understands, like it's not a.
You're not lacking.
Yeah, nah, I love you. You know what I'm saying? That's my 9-year-old son. Like I want him to understand, like no matter what goes on, like you know how far apart or how close we are, like you always have somebody that love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when it deals with like my son. It doesn't matter what the situation is, what color, what size, what shape. It's always, you know, an element of love. So I never hold anything back in regards to him, and I just teach him, you know, the right way.
And that's good. Big ups to you and all the other fathers that's really like preaching love into their sons over fear and trying to be dominant. You know, I think there's power in love. For a lot of women though, a lot of young girls today, I feel like we're now taught strength. And we're taught to be like resilient and less weak, you know, like you don't want that kind. Now you tell girls to stop crying. Like, why are you crying? You fell, scabbed your knee. Like, nobody cares, get up. It's like this reverse psychology now that I feel like little girls are now taught to be a lot tougher than I remember. I think I was kind of just like, I wanted to be tough because I was just a little tomboy.
You tough. Get up, get out, and get active. You are tough.
Yeah, I mean, I could do more. I'll say that. I post it and I mean it when I post it, but y'all don't see me posting every day.
I seen you playing football.
Oh yeah.
You tough.
I play some football.
You are tough.
I play some football. You can meet me.
She catching with her hands, not with her chest. She catching with her hands.
Hey, I tell any fella that meet me on the field, wear your cleats. Like you must wear cleats. We're not playing with tennis shoes when you pull up on Chy. Slip and slide all day. So we know all of the major sports are playing right now, right? I'm a huge sports fan. I grew up playing volleyball, basketball, running track. I played women's pro football, powerlifting.
Were you good though?
I was great. I was great. Check the credentials. Ask anybody who went to middle, elementary, or high school with me, or college. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what teams you picking?
I'm going for anything dealing with Chicago. So Chicago football, basketball, soccer. You know, I'm going for Fire, the Cubs, the Bulls, the Bears, anything
the
Chicago.
Bulls. I haven't rooted for the Bulls since Jordan.
But I bet you somebody.
96. Somebody said 96.
But I bet you every time you see somebody in the street, they wearing some Jordans, like, you know.
That's true.
That's like a representation of Bulls. Like, I'm Chicago forever.
Shout out to Autumn for pouring us up. Yeah, we got a re-up on Martell.
Shout out
Cheers.
Chicago.
The finest cognac putting hair on my chest though. You gotta take a deep swallow.
Say that.
So while we talking about the hood, Chicago, right? Let's talk about like making it out the hood. Because I grew up middle class, black family. I really didn't live in the hood. Like my parents had a tight hold on us, so I didn't hang out in the hood. But as I got older, I had a different type of appreciation for the hood.
Okay.
But I think there's definitely opportunity for us to do better from where we're from and where we're going. So I know you posted something on your Instagram earlier this week. Somebody had I guess video where you were from.
Yeah.
And they were like, Marvin, look at where you from. Like, look at how you made it. Like, bro, keep going. Like, they sent you some motivational type situation.
So, listen, I'm not gonna even lie to you. Like, that was like dear to my heart. So, a childhood friend, they rode through my neighborhood.
Okay.
And so they sent me a video saying, man, you made it off the west side of Chicago. Like, you really doing it big. Like, you got a condo downtown. Like, you in Houston. Like, you literally made it out of Chicago.
Yeah.
And so, you know, being from Chicago, like a lot of people don't make it off their block, let alone out of the city.
But what do you think made you any different? So let me preface this for you, because I live in 5th Ward right now.
Okay.
And every time, when I first decided to move to 5th Ward, I have a house in an area that I think they're trying to, like, you know, rebuild.
And your house is bomb, by the way.
Okay.
Her house is bomb. She got like 12 stories in that
Okay,
house.
don't lie to these people. Don't lie to these people.
She got like 12
it's not no 12 stories. It's none of that. It's a townhouse, okay? It's a town. Okay, so I have a townhouse in 5th Ward, but when I moved there, mind you, I'm not from Houston, everybody said this was considered Edo. And when I tell people that's from Houston that I live in Edo, they look at me sideways,
Right.
like, what is Edo? Like, we don't know nothing about no Edo. That's 5th Ward, like that's the hood. And I live in supposedly one of the worst areas that used to be like 5th Ward, or I guess a lot of crime used to happen. So I go running in the mornings and I see these kids walking to school, and I'm speaking to the kids. Like, I'm jogging, all happy-go-lucky, like, get up, get active, and I see these kids walking to school, and I have this exchange with them, and their parents are walking probably like 20 feet behind them, like they irritated about walking them to school. And I'm like, good morning, y'all, have a good day. And these kids don't even speak back. Like, they kind of look at me like I'm doing something foreign to them.
Where you from?
I mean, I'm from a lot of places. I'm from Flint before it turned into the dirty water city.
But you from Michigan. Like, the hoods in Michigan is different than the hoods in
Flint right now is a third world country. So, but I don't know nothing about that because I lived in Flint when GM was still pumping money into Flint. You know, like.
But being from Michigan or Flint, Michigan is different from being from Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or Chicago, I guess.
Or Chicago. So, like, being out here, like, the hoods are not as hood as where you from.
Really?
Nah.
So how can you judge a hood by the hood? Like, what's the scale of the hood? If it's scary to a kid in Flint, it's scary to a kid in Chicago. What's the scale? You don't need to say like your hood worse than my hood.
I mean, it's really like if you look at it from a perspective of how you came up and what's going on right now. So I came up in Chicago, like in that era where, you know, the drill music and everybody drilling and all of that type of thing. That's not going on in Houston right now. You know what I'm saying? It's no real hoods in Houston that say, like, you can't go to this area and they still tripping on colors and they still tripping on the way you turn your hat and that type of thing.
They still tripping on that in Chicago?
Yeah,
really?
That's real. That's real where I'm from. Like, it's certain blocks you're not able to go on based on what color you wearing, with the way your hat.
So if you from out of town and you don't know that, what's the chances of you being okay?
You better stay on mainstream blocks. You better stay downtown, mainstream blocks, in areas where
Interesting.
Yeah.
So as a kid that made it out of that situation, like what gave you the motivation, or like what inspired you to be okay with not living that lifestyle any longer?
I was homeless at 17.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't finish high school at that time. So when I was homeless and I was trying to finish high school, it was certain things that showed me like, you need to continue to like move forward. And the biggest thing was a lot of guys in the streets was telling me, this not for you. Like, you're not a street guy. Like, you need to go back to school. This not you. Like,
so how do they determine who is for and who is not for?
People in the street determine that. They told me like, this ain't for you. Like, get out the streets and go back to school. Like, go finish, go do something productive with your life.
So how do we go back and save the kids who are told this is for you?
It's
like, because if they telling
that
it,
to tell them, like,
right.
It's not for you.
Yeah.
It's people like myself that can say, like, I've been through that situation. Like, it was people that told me this not for you.
I mean, it's not for anybody, right?
Nah, it's for some people. Some people got that mind frame. Like, it's some people that got that mind frame.
What kind of mind frame? To get up and go get it? Because you can go get it legally.
It's some people you can't talk to. It's some people you're not able to talk to and tell them, like, get out the street, this not for you. It's some people you can't tell nothing. Like, they don't leave the block. It's some people who never leave their street, let alone the hood.
But those are the people that walk around looking extremely angry and hurt.
And those people you can't change.
Yeah, no, you can't, but they haven't seen anything else.
So how you gonna show them something else when they don't want to see nothing else?
I mean, it's honestly putting ourselves in those places to feel vulnerable. Like, I pull up in the hood, I pull up at the corner store by my house, low key, and I be scared.
I'm gonna give you an example.
I'm scared of shit. I just want a Gatorade and a Red Bull, and I don't want these to take me. But at the same time, I do want to pull up and be, hey, how y'all doing? Like, smile, because they used to seeing chicks come up through there asking for some money, trying to sell them some vagina, you know? So for $40, you know what I mean? Like, $40, I'll suck it.
Not 50, but 40.
Right, so I pull up at the corner store like, okay, Chanel, be bold. You by yourself, but you in the hood, and you know that you out of place, and you know you look out of place. But I also put myself in those positions because I want to show them something different. And I think every time I leave and I say, hey, how y'all doing? Like, what's good? Y'all having a good day? And I get in my car and I leave and I'm unbothered. I feel like I leave on them a lasting impression, like, okay, there's somebody different than what I saw walking down the street earlier.
So let me give you this. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you got a person that never been, I'm from Chicago, 16th and Comiskey, K-Town, West Side. We
don't know none of that, but whatever that is.
Let me give you.
West Side Chicago, what's good? Because we like signals.
So listen, let's just say you in the K, like you riding the block, you pull up on Comiskey, you got somebody that never left that block as far as that mentality. They don't know. They've never been outside of Chicago, let alone that block. And you try to come to them and tell them it's something different. How are you going to change that mentality? Like, how are you going to show them something different?
I mean, as long as you being the example, if there were 50 of me pulling up at the same corner store every day, it would look different.
It won't.
No, it won't, because I'm the only one pulling up looking different. Everybody else look the same, so yeah, I look like the eyeball.
Chanel, you looking different, you have to take them out of that element.
You can't take everybody out the hood. So you gotta at least tease them.
Exactly who they
like, hey,
nah.
You out here shooting videos, you could do something, you could shoot commercials.
They hear a lot. You gotta show them that. You can't tell them people. You gotta show them.
I think at some point,
I'm from that neighborhood where if you don't show me, like, it's nothing different. You have to literally show me. Else you in the same boat as everybody else.
I think at some point it takes initiative from the people that live there also to want to seek something different. I feel like the gist of the conversation ultimately sounds like more people like you need to go back to the hood and make sure that kids understand that it's a different way. I'm not from the hood, so I can show up and pull up all I want looking privileged like the white people. But at the same time, it's gonna take a lot of people who understand all of the intricacies, the ins and outs of the hood to really go back and reach the kids to get them out of that. And that's our only way to change that.
I've been everywhere. I went to Iowa Central Community College. I graduated from Michigan Tech University.
Okay.
I'm from the hood in Chicago where I grew up in that environment. So it's like, I've got a chance to see, every walk of life in that element. So I've gotten a chance to see.
And I'm proud of you. Yeah. I'm proud of you because you're doing something different. And the statistics are against you. So we already know you breaking barriers already.
But I'm going back for sure.
You going back?
I'm going back. I'm gonna show.
Oh, you gonna reach back?
Yeah,
okay.
Reach back.
Cool.
I'm gonna reach back.
I'm with that. I'm not with going back.
Chicago.
So while we talking about kids in the hood, making it out the hood, I think there's a lot of healing that has to happen in that process. There's a lot of love that has to happen in that process, and sometimes that love is in the form of dating, right? So there's a lot of instances where we dropping each other's traumas on each other, and we don't even know what we dropping off. You bring in luggage, suitcases over 50 pounds, and you're not getting charged that extra fee.
Right.
Like you do when you try to drop that at the airport. You know what I mean?
Is this Southwest or is this Delta or what's this?
And all of them.
Okay.
Like if your bag is overweight, you paying.
Okay.
So if your baggage is overweight in this relationship, you need to pay for that. You need to pay your dues, do your work, heal yourself.
Right.
Before you expect me to heal you. So while we talking about dating, like, how do you feel about you coming from a different, say you and I are dating, we come from two totally different backgrounds.
Okay.
And I'm trying to date you,
Okay.
and you got this guard
You trying
up.
to date me, or I'm trying to date you?
Okay. I mean, nowadays it could go either way.
Nah,
like,
I need to know. Are
women
you trying
choosing,
to
men
date me,
choosing.
or
We
I'm trying to
all
date you?
choosing. Nowadays we all choosing. There is no tradition to dating.
I've been choosing lately.
He looking at the audience, y'all.
I'm just looking. I've been choosing.
Y'all, Marvin choosing. You got homeboys there. You're like, get out there, Marvin. Okay, but so say you dating, right? And you got a chick that probably make more money than you,
Not like.
and she wanna pay for you on the first date.
Okay.
How you feel about that?
It depends. Like, if she says she want to pay for the first date, that's cool. I'm not.
You down for that?
I'm not. If she literally say, I want to take you out on a date and pay
What
for it,
if
that's
she
cool.
post about it?
Nah, that's different. Like my private.
What if she
life-
post the check?
I'm sorry.
Like, click $200, me and this dude went on a date, and I
Nah.
covered it.
My
like,
private life is my private life. I don't post the
But
check,
if
don't
you
post.
but if you took her out and spent $500,
I'm still not posting.
But if you were a posting type of
That's the
person,
thing. I'm not a posting type of person. That's the thing. I'm never gonna post. This is what I spent on a date. Like, she know what's up. Like,
so
I'm
you cool with women paying for you?
I'm cool with women paying in situations, not like every time we go somewhere like she gonna pay. Like, but if we go somewhere and she wanna pay, that's cool.
Even if I got hundreds and thousands.
If a woman come to you and say, "Hey, I wanna take you out," that means she anticipate paying.
Okay.
If a woman say, "Listen, if you come to me on the first date and say, "Hey, I wanna take you on a date," come on, take me on a date. Like, I'm gonna let you do your.
What if
thing.
you initiate the date
If
and
I initiate
then
the-
you tell her to choose the place and it's far higher than what you expected?
I'm gonna still pay for it at that point. If you anticipate and you tell me where you want to go, but it's me initiating, like, all of the dating aspects, I'm gonna pay for it. But
Okay.
if you come at me and say, "Hey, I want to take you out," come on, take me out. That's cool.
And I think it's okay for women to date who they want.
I
think it's okay for women to ask people out. I think it's okay for women to propose.
I think so too. You don't have to get on one knee, but I think it's okay for women to propose.
I think it's okay for women to propose.
think
Do
so,
y'all
too.
y'all don't feel that? Y'all don't feel that way?
See, everybody gets you. You gonna start an uproar right now. You starting
Woo!
an uproar right now.
I'm gonna go to the audience.
They not with you.
I'm gonna go to the audience.
Hold on.
Wait. I got a mic for you. I got a mic for you. I said that it's okay for women to propose.
I'd rather swallow jeans.
You rather swallow Why?
I think just because, like we talked about, like traditional dating, I'm a very traditional dater, so I would hope that my man is pursuing me and seeing me as the wife to be. You need to get down on that knee in front of everybody, show me you love me. Like, that's it. Like, that's not my place.
I feel like, tradition is cool, but in the circumstances matter. So I do feel like everything is circumstantial. If there is a point in time where he proposed to you and you said no, but you still wanted to be his girlfriend and still want to be up under him, I do feel like it's not just out of the order. Yeah, you can rewind it back.
Hold on, let me get the perspective of a guy.
I don't think under no circumstance that a woman should be proposing to a dude, like, ever. Like, that's not traditional. That's not, like, how could you let your woman get on one knee and propose to you? Like, you should already had it figured out that, hey, this is the one.
But what if you taking too long and she is like, I'm ready, and if he's not ready, he gonna tell me no?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if a woman feel like she has a timeline and there's an expiration date on it, she need to make those stipulations clear. You know what I'm saying? And, like, she need to go ahead and put the guidelines and stipulations in place. Like, it's not gonna be no too long. Like, if you have your timeline and your expiration, then it's expired. You know what I'm saying? Your expectations have to be set.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, so my brother right here from Trinidad, you let us know what they think in Trinidad.
So in my opinion, right, like, a guy knows what he wants. So, and as a man, you're gonna feed off your woman's energy. So if you get that vibe that she wants you, she wants something bigger, and you don't feed off of that, then it's like, you know what I mean? He don't want you. So like, you know, I don't agree that a woman should propose to a guy. That shit is weak, you know?
Sounds like the man is gonna leave.
He's gonna read, yeah. A man gonna be a man and step up, you know? That's just
Yeah, okay, they don't want a weak girl.
But if you met a woman who you knew you would want to marry and she proposed to you before you got a chance to propose to her, is she wrong? At this point in time, I know we riled up a lot of emotions in conversation, so I'm gonna bring this back to the audience. I want y'all to throw us a topic, and we all gonna talk about it.
What advice do you have for individuals that are multifaceted? If they're, corporate America, running a business, an entrepreneur, or just want to be themselves and enjoy life? We're in our 20s, approaching our 30s. This is the time of our lives, our prime. What do you say to those individuals that's trying to find a solid balance?
Okay. That's a good question. That's a good question. Listen, y'all give it up. Bree, say your name, where you from, say your Instagram handle.
My name is I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Instagram is Bree, B-R-E, Biz, B-I-Z, Bridge, B-R-I-D-G-E.
Okay, bet. Okay, so Bree asked us, what advice do we have for people who are multifaceted, trying to navigate multiple lanes in their career, in their personal life, all of the things. I'm somebody who works a 9 to 5.
Okay.
And then I have all of these passion projects like the Catch-Up Roundtable, like Get Up, Get Out, Get Active, that I feel like I put far more energy into on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
So I'm working every day, 8 to 5, right? 9 to 5, whatever, checking these boxes for somebody else. At the end of the day, if you're a multifaceted person, at some point you have to choose a lane. And I know that I'm at the point where I really need to make a decision. I need to make a decision to invest in me full time, or I need to continue sitting around doing what I need to do to boost somebody else's dream, right, while I sidebar mine to give it the little extra time that I have. And I think that's the most difficult part about being a multifaceted person, is like, you know what you want to do and you know your passions, but what really makes you money? What sustains your lifestyle? What gets your bills paid? What gives you the opportunity to live the life that you want to live. So you come between a rock and a hard place, and really trying to make those decisions between passions and pursuit.
So why not go with your passion?
Because after you take the passion and then you don't have money, then that makes you unhappy that you can't meet the expectations of your bills and your responsibilities.
So you got to figure out how to make money with your passion.
Exactly. But that's the hardest part. It's a grind. It's a leap of faith.
That's the easiest
That's
part.
the grind. No, that's the grind. That's the hardest part. Because you have that security. You have a job that supplies you all of the tools and resources.
I didn't have.
I know I gotta work there every day. I know I'm gonna get paid on the 1st and 15th. I know I'm gonna have health insurance. I know that if something happened to me, I gotta back up. Like, I can call them and be like, hey, I'm in this situation. Can y'all please help? Like, you have these guardrails when you work for a corporation. But now I think we're at the point, especially as young Black people that are of value, as everybody else in this audience is, you have a decision to make. Like, where do you want that value and that expertise and that energy to go? Are you gonna put it into executing somebody else's dream that you do every single day that you know is benefiting you nothing on the back end? Or do you choose to take the struggle route and deal with some of everybody who want to execute your dreams on a very bare minimum level?
I took the struggle route. My passion was my company, which in that term, I went from being homeless, sleeping in my office, to building up my brand, to now having, a lot more than people expected me to have.
That's the sacrifice that you were willing to take.
I took the sacrifice in order to do so. So it's like, I don't want to go the 9 to 5 route to where like I gotta focus on somebody else's company and build somebody else's brand. I'm gonna focus on my brand, which I did.
That's real.
I took a sacrifice with no income.
That's real.
Yeah, I took a sacrifice with no income.
But you make it happen. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Catch-Up Roundtable. Coming up next, we have a very talented R&B singer here in Houston, Texas. She's a singer, songwriter, and has been a background vocalist for some of our favorite R&B singers like Destiny's Child. Y'all make some noise singing Muddy Waters, Chelsea Cymone.
'cause you mean that much to me, yeah. So I'll stay. Oh, I'll stay through muddy waters. I'll stay, yeah. I'll stay through muddy waters. Talking shit when I'm mad, it's easy. I know I don't mean it, but do you believe that what we have is real, real, real? It's you and me, no one else but us, yeah, yeah. So, even when you're mad at me, it ain't over. It's too hard to forget why I love you, yeah. And even when you walk away, I'll stay right here waiting for you, 'cause you mean that much to me, yeah. So I'll stay, yeah. Oh, I'll stay through muddy waters. I'll stay, yeah. I'll stay through muddy waters. I'll still jump in the water with all this drinking in my eyes. That's no lie, yeah. And I'll swim to you 'cause I hear your voice calling me from the other side. So I'll stay, yeah. Oh, I'll stay through muddy waters. I'll stay, yeah. I'll stay through muddy waters, yeah. I'll stay through muddy waters, yeah. I'll stay, yeah. I'll stay through muddy waters, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Let me find out she's staying through muddy water.
She's staying through muddy waters. I don't know if I'm staying through muddy waters.